Welcome to the Rocky and Derrick Show. I'm Kashmira.
And I'm Tyra.
And today we're at Elsewhere Museum interviewing Joshua.
Hello everybody, and today we're interviewing
Joshua Moten.
Who does?
I'm a cellist and installation artist.
What does cellist mean?
A cellist is a person that plays the cello.
Are you in like a band?
I'm in a few groups, but mainly I play alone, and I kind of make art spaces and I play inside those.
What kind of songs do you play?
Oh, well, I'm really inspired by jazz and blues. Right now, I'm working on a bunch of love songs for this piece that I'm creating here at Elsewhere. And I think my favorite that I have right now is, I love Nina Simone's version of I Need a Little Sugar in My Bowl. I also love Roberta Flack's The First Time Ever I Saw Your Face. Old school stuff.
Is that the only instrument you ever played?
I sang a little in church when I was a kid, but like as far as instruments go, yeah, this is my baby.
Do you write your own songs?
Yeah, so I do something that's called improvising. And improvising is sometimes you make your own song and you kind of riff off of that. And sometimes you take someone else's song and spice it up.
So kind of like a parody. A little bit.
Like a parrot?
Parody.
Parody. Not so sorry. Not so much like a parody, because like, you know, a parody, you're making fun of something, right? Like if someone was gonna play Amazing Grace, like I'ma sing Don't Lock Me Up. Like Amazing Grace, how sweet the sound. Right, someone could sing it straight like that, but someone could also sing Amazing Grace, how sweet the sound. They can change the notes a little bit, right? And still keep the song going. And when you do that, it's called improvising.
Do you have multiple cellos or just this one?
I just have this one. One day when I have a lot of money, I'll have a couple. But cellos cost a lot of money.
Will you start to learn, like, when you get good at doing your songs that you're already doing right now, would you start to do, like, more songs?
Oh, I'm always learning. This instrument whoops my butt all the time. So I'm always trying to learn more. Just like you. You do these interviews, you're always practicing interviewing. I'm always practicing my cello.
Is there anything else you do besides cello?
Yeah. So I have a cello practice, which means, I have my music and I have my stuff that I do there. And then I have like a visual arts practice that I link in. So what I do is called installation art.
What's that?
Installation art is a form of art where you take spaces and you change them with objects. So that sounds pretty abstract. But the thing is, you're in a space with a lot of installations, right? This clothing rack right above you is an installation. Someone took a bunch of old clothes and strung them together and turned it into art. So I work with rooms, and I'll show you a little later the room that I'm working on here. It's upstairs.
Oh, so like one time when we went upstairs and we seen these strings and ribbons, I got poked by one.
Oh, you got poked by the ribbon. Was it? It was soft though.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
So what are you doing in the room?
So I'm doing an installation called Fear No Joy. And Fear No Joy is an installation about falling in love. I fell in love recently, and it kind of, the thing about love, you never know when it's coming. And so it just, I kind of wanted to talk about that moment and talk about my feelings, but also talk about, queer people and queer people of color, and how, sometimes, at least when I was growing up, queer people didn't get to write a lot of love letters in school. We didn't get to have like boyfriends and girlfriends in school because it was hard and we could get hurt. People were mean. So I'm kind of making up for lost time by making like the most beautiful love letter that I can. And I'm using lots of ribbons and lights and lace and nice things.
So you're like writing on the wall, or just a big piece of paper?
So I'm using an entire room, and I'm filling up an entire room with ribbons and flowers and music and all kinds of things.
So like when you do your music, does that mean you have to like write it on a piece of paper, like what voice to go to, like high pitch or low pitch?
Sometimes I write on paper. Sometimes I just do what's called spontaneous composition. Now, what that means is you just kind of make music whenever you make music. So you might just start, when you're kind of walking down the street and then a song gets in your head and you start humming it, you're composing, right? So I just kind of do a little more. I've been practicing doing that kind of thing for a while, so sometimes I just make music like that. I just make music.
So, what kind of other rooms did you do?
What other installations have I done? Okay, sure. So I did one at a school called RISD, the Rhode Island School of Design. It's an art school. And I did a piece there celebrating like healing and mental wellness. I did a series of mental wellness workshops for queer and trans people of color back in New York, focusing on herbs, scents, essential oils, and beauty products as a way of kind of helping people feel better about themselves. And so that was number 2. And number 3, I did a piece, again in New York, about war and technology. And like, if you think about the little cell phone you have in your pocket, it's kind of like a walkie-talkie, and it comes from the same place. So all of these technologies that we have are linked to wars that have been fought. And so they have a human cost. Literally, people died for the cell phone that I have in my pocket. And so I tried to kind of use my music and space to understand how that works.
How long have you been doing the
The cello
artist?
How long have I been playing the cello? I've been playing since I was 10 years old.
So like you always wanted to be like a musician?
No. What did I want to be when I was a kid? I think I wanted to be president. But I just kind of fell into music. I started playing music, and then I kept playing music, and I kept playing music some more, and after a while, I became a musician.
How long have you been doing the installation art?
I started installation art in college. So I started college in 2007, and I took a couple years off, so I didn't finish till about 2013, I think. And I started with a woman. Her name is Adenike Sharpley. She was my mentor, and she still is. And she taught me that, I have a culture, Black people have a culture, Black people have a visual history, we have a cuisine, we have stories to tell, we have all kinds of things. And so she taught me about this culture and how it's connected to the cultures of people all across the world. And I just kind of started working in that line ever since.
In your own words, what advice would you give the kids?
Be clear. Be clear on who you are. Be clear on whose you are. Know your history. Know your culture. And when you hear that little voice inside you, and your tummy, scratching at you, telling you that that it's true, listen to that, because it probably is.
Well, thank you for letting us interview you.
You're very welcome. Thanks for interviewing me.
Thank you for watching.
This installation is about love and falling in love. It's about happiness, joy. Yeah. Yeah, they're over there. Oh. And when you're done with the bubble ones, please put them back in the basket. Cool. So the painting back there took me 2 days. Oops. And the light The hanging took a minute to hang. No worries, it wasn't on very securely. I was just testing it out though.
So, is it not complete yet?
No, still have some work to do.
Okay. Is that the material that you were sewing at the forge?
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, wow.
So that's what that turned into.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Dang, Rocky and Derrick, y'all the ones that's supposed to be asking questions.
They enjoying the ribbon room.
Well, can I be able to hear the video?
You should be.
Sure.
How long did it take you to do all of them? It's out there.
Oh, those ribbons were there. I didn't put those there.
Thank you for watching the Rocky and Derrick Show.
Give us a thumbs up or thumbs down or comment.
Visit our website, rockyandderrickshow.com, for upcoming events. Visit our photo and video gallery. Thank you.
Dab.